Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Rock and Roll Union Streamcast. My name is CT McManus, and for the next little while, I'm going to take your mind off the craziness of the world out there, get it focused on some good old-fashioned rock and roll. Guys, it was an exciting night this past Saturday night as we did our Rock for the Ukraine. Great turnout, a lot of great people. I want to thank all the bands who were involved, and of course, the Rusty Nail in Armour, PA. One of the very few places left keeping live original rock and roll in place. Guys, want to say a big shout out to our sponsors, Rosenfeld Dental Associates, located at 1095 Inman Avenue in Edison, New Jersey. Rock Your Smile with the Rock Doc, David Rosenfeld, nominated one of the top dentists of 2021. You can see their information scrolling on the bottom of your screen. Make sure that you let them know that you heard this on the Rock and Roll Union or that CT sent you, and they'll make sure that they hook you up, guys. We have a great show for you this evening, being joined by a longtime Rock and Roll Union member in Damian MonteCarlo, but the band has been around for a while, man. They've been involved in different aspects, but now they're down to the band MonteCarlo. And guys, it is my pleasure to bring on, let me unmute these mics, the band MonteCarlo, Damien, Ahmed, and Bert. Guys, welcome. Thank you so much for being with us tonight.
What's going on? Good to be here.
So, I'll kick it off like this, Dave. I know that you've been in so many different bands. Even since I just met, we've known each other probably for about 4 years now. But in those 4 years, you were in several bands. What makes this one any different from any of the other bands that you've been in? And why pick your namesake for your band now, as opposed to any other time you were involved with music?
I don't know. I think it was probably because it was done with a lot of patience. We really took our time with everything. I think we learned from, past mistakes, what works, what doesn't work. So I feel like we have a lot of experience on our side, and we really spent the past year and a half really building a really good, solid foundation. So now that, we started playing some shows, and this year we're really kicking things off. We really have a lot of songs to choose from. We have a pretty big catalog right now, for a new band, close to 20 songs. And, we plan on, releasing, another EP the end of the year. So we'll have, 20 something songs by that point. So, yeah. I just kind of feel like, we're doing music videos. Everything is kind of structured and planned out. And so far, everything's going to plan. And, it's going really well.
So I wanted to let you guys know and let our viewers know. My wife, Panda, is on board. She's with us tonight, but she's trying to unmute her mic. But I guess she's got herself muted, but she's on board. She sees us. She'll mute the mic because we got our 3-year-old running around and he's over the wild one. But she'll chime in when she feels the need. But Ahmed, man, it's exciting to see that you're involved with this. It's another kind of Mach 22 kind of connection. But how far back do you and Damien go, and what else have you been involved with?
Well, I got involved in the Mach 22 in 2019, right before the pandemic. So, it's been cool jamming out with Mach 22 and getting into this now. Other than this, I'm involved in Electric Church, which is a cover band that just does the 70s and 80s type of hard rock and metal stuff, as well as Mach 22 as well. So there's 3 bands there.
Awesome. And Bert, same question, man. How long have you known Damien, and how you feeling about MonteCarlo, and what else have you been involved with?
As far as me and Dame go back probably, I don't know. I was probably 20. Dame was probably 17-ish, something like that.
Wow, younger than that.
Okay, so Dame used to
13,
used to
14.
come see one of my first I was in. And so I know Dame that long.
Wow.
Yeah, we go back a real long time. ran in sort of different circles as Dame started getting his craft down a little bit. You know, he went more that way, I went more that way, but we still kept in touch. And maybe within the last 10 years, we played a lot of shows together. When he started playing with Julie twice and then Mock, I was in a band called Cyanide Saints at the time. We did a lot of shows together. I was also in a band called Stop the World. Cyanide Saints after that. You know, there was a couple before that, but Cyanide Saints, Stop the World, and now MonteCarlo.
Now, with you guys have a new single coming out tonight. Trying to think back, if you can refresh my memory. I know the Super Double Fine is the name of the album. The first single that you guys put out from that was called, Animal, that's right. And was there a rhyme and reason behind how you guys are releasing your singles? Is there a certain method behind that?
You want to take it?
Yeah, well, we actually released this song for the video. Silver Ghost released a single for this like back in September. So we've been releasing. We released the first single, Animal, like about a year ago, actually, and the plan at that time was just to do an EP and had that out like the end of the summer. But we just kept on writing all these songs that we were really, really, excited about. So we just decided to, make it like a full-length record. So we want to release some like 4 singles before the album came out. And now the plan is to do videos for those singles and do more videos. So hopefully we do maybe a video for each song. I don't know. But we do have plans to do another video this month.
Yeah. I think pretty much what our plan was from the beginning is release a song every month, and that's how it started out. And then we slowed down with that, and it's like, okay, say we release Silver Ghost in December, something like that. We already knew that we were doing a video for Silver Ghost coming out in a couple months. So what it does is it gives it more shelf life. So we release the single as an audio, and it plays for 4 months, and then we release the video. Well, now it's got more shelf life. It gets more attention again. So it's almost like putting it out there, then putting it out there with something new again. And then as that's going on, our next single, Words, just came out. So Words is out now as far as an audio single goes, but the video is out for Silver Ghost. So we're hitting you with a 1-2 punch.
So Silver Ghost is actually debuting tonight at 8 o'clock, which will be right after our show here. Take us on the set a little bit of filming that video. I don't want to give anything away or anything in that line, but how was making the video, and is there any kind of side stories, anything that happened behind the scenes that you can let us in on?
You want to go first, Dave? Or
you, Bert. You're the director.
Jesus. No, it was pretty much, we did it behind a green screen. I wouldn't say it's my first video that I did. It's probably my second. I did one with Society RX for the song Voodoo Valentine I did. That was my first try. So we had Zachy Black, who did the first 2 videos, which came out, we loved it. Came out great. Zachy goes back and forth, I think, from Canada to here or something like that. So he's not always around. So, Dave said, hey, you're kind of creative. Why don't you see if you can come up with something? I was like, worst thing I could lose is time. I was like, I'll try. And I don't know if I lucked out but I think it came out pretty cool. It's the setting was pretty chill. It was just guys in the band. We did individual shots behind a green screen. And then we did some band stuff together. Then we did some goofy shit that we probably kept in maybe the piece of. And then, I just put I like a lot of dark stuff. So it kind of fit with the song also. So you'll have some dark images behind it. It's not necessarily what we're all about, but it fits the song. And I love it. It came out way better than I thought. I had Hale Joe Mal's daughter, who's our bass player. She helped me film some stuff. I think even Ahmed might have filmed some stuff. And, it was pretty cool. Ahmed's another guy, does a lot of video stuff. You wouldn't know, but he's kind of quiet about it, but he throws out some cool ass video stuff every once in a while. So I'm gonna get him more involved. He didn't know it till just now, but I'm gonna get him more involved.
we have like
surprise.
So we have like Spielberg and George Lucas in the band.
Yeah.
John Carpenter.
John Troy, I'm in particular, man. Yeah. So
let me ask you on the topic of the Silver Ghost. Do you guys write the lyrics collectively, or is that something that falls on you, Bert? Or how do you guys do that? How's that work for you?
Our system is usually this: Damien, Ahmed, anybody, Joe Mal or Dan would come up with a loose song idea, send it out, and then they'll usually send it to me. And it's not that it's set in stone, but it's usually 70-80% there, maybe more sometimes. So say Danny sends us something. Danny will send us something. We'll take a listen to it. Damien will put some drums to it. They'll send it to me. And then I'll start working on some melody, some vocal stuff for it, and some lyrics for it. Sometimes I wrote with my buddy Don Moses, who's also on some songs in the record, some back-end vocals. He also does some melody ideas. He's a great songwriter. So if he's around, which, you never know, he might be here at my house on a Saturday, he might not. So if he don't show up, or if he's got something to do, I do it myself. Or if I hear something myself, I'll do it myself. And the lyrics come, scary-wise, the lyrics come pretty freaking quick. And it's weird. Sometimes I don't know exactly what I'm talking about, and then I'll make sense of it as I go on and go, okay, that's what I mean. And then
right.
My thing is I'll pretty much mumble. Usually the melody line comes first. I'll mumble a bunch of nonsense into a mic, and they go, I like this, I like that, I don't like this, I don't like that. And then I'll write a little story or whatever I'm writing about, and then I try and fit it in, which is kind of a pain in the ass sometimes, but I'll try and fit it in. And I don't know. It's either I'm real lucky at it or whatever, but I get pretty lucky.
Now, what about this song tonight, this Silver Ghost? How did that come into play? Who wrote that? Was that you lyrically? And how did the rest of the bit? How did the song come to be?
Damien wrote the music, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I sent it to Bert, and Bert's pretty much doing all the vocals right now. I mean, on this album, it was pretty much like, me and Bert, and then, Ahmed was on a couple songs, and we were just kind of like piecing it together. Now it's like a real band. So like now moving forward, like everybody's contributing ideas. So it's like more of a collaborative effort. But for Super Double Fine and the first EP, it was basically just me getting some basic tracks down, sending it to Bert, and then Bert putting the lyrics down, sending it back to me. What do you think? Back and forth. It's just kind of like tinkering with it, like a chef. Adding different, changing the recipe up a little bit till it's perfected.
Yep, and and we were lucky enough that we have a lot of friends that are good musicians, and we asked them to play on it. But like I said, we weren't sure it was going to be full band at first, so it was pretty much the Bert and Damien thing, and we were just going to write songs and put it out there and for the hell of it, see what happens. And we caught some steam. We got way more plays than we thought we were going to get played, and we were like, okay, I guess we got to take it a little more serious than we thought. Not that we never did take it serious, but so that's when we kind of put together. But we had so many guys. Jaron from Tantric is on the record. Rick Reynolds from what do they call it? Stone Horses.
Yeah,
Stone Horses. Rick Reynolds, great guy, awesome bass player, awesome guy. He's on the record.
Now, Stone Horses used to be Charm City Devils. Am I right?
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
So, who else? Ahmed, of course, was on it. Joe Mal was on
Rick
it.
Haas.
Haas was on it. Rick Haas did a lot of work on it.
Yeah, Cooper Boyd. He did the solo for this song, Silver Ghost. That's
Don Moses. Who else do we have? We had there was a good amount of people.
Joe Mal was on it. I think that's Chip Michael.
Chip Michaels was on the song Words. Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So we had a lot of people throwing in bass lines, guitar stuff, backing vocals. So, but the format, I mean, we're going to go with what we do. And now we have Ahmed's going to be more involved in the writing. Danny's definitely going to be more involved in the writing. He's sending us a ton of stuff right now. And Joe Mal, of course. So, we're looking forward to go back in the studio maybe midsummer with Dave Pyron again and record at his studio, wombatstudio.org. And, we're looking forward to some new stuff.
Man, so back to the video that's coming out tonight for Silver Ghost. What is the meaning behind that song to you guys? And where does that rank for you as far as like on the album, how you feel about that song.
For me, it's about temptation and illusion and delusions. So it's all about wanting something and doing whatever you got to do to get to it, but it winds up being really not there, not what you think it's going to be. A lot of our lyrics like that. Be careful what you wish for. It's a lot of the lyrics play around with that idea, with addiction and all that shit. No matter what it is, it's all relative. All the lyrics could probably tie in without even trying to tie in. That's just the way I write. And what was the other question?
Just as far as like your preference for the singles that have been released.
I would say Silver Ghost is probably the most different song than the rest of the record, and it's probably the most like what I would have done before. It's if you hear Silver Ghost, you go, yeah, that's what Bert does. You know, it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's kind of got like almost like a Sabbathy kind of vibe.
Alice in Chains.
To me, yeah. It's a little darker. It's got like when you see the video, it's very like
voodoo
horror, witchcraft, Ouija board kind of thing, supernatural,
Yes.
Awesome. Now, I want to ask you guys, Damien, I know I've asked you this before. We've had plenty of conversations on and off the screen, but I'm going to start this with Ahmed because this is my first time talking to Ahmed. As far as early influences growing up, that kind of musical taste, what are you into that brings that sound out in your playing?
I'm heavily influenced by Kiss. Ace Frehley is my favorite. A lot of the early 70s and 80s stuff. Yeah, Kiss, Alice Cooper, Iron Maiden, and then the heavier stuff. I like a lot of hardcore stuff, Biohazard and Sick of It All, and a lot of the stuff like that. So it doesn't really go together, but I don't care. I throw all my stuff together anyway. To me, music has always been like food. You might have a favorite, but you eat other things.
Yeah.
If you were to look at my CD case, remember CD cases?
Oh man.
If you were to look at it, you'd be like, "What the hell's going on here?" Because everything is in there. So I'm influenced by everything. But as far as like playing goes, a lot of the, like I said, Ace Frehley, and a lot of the hardcore stuff.
So let me ask you a question. When you're growing up and you're listening to Kiss or Alice Cooper or some of the heavier stuff, how was that taken from like the people in your household? How did they feel about that kind of music? Were you one like me that just blasted it and people got highly annoyed and pissed off, or like how was that around your house?
It depends on what it was, what I played. See, when it was like 79, 80 when I got into Kiss, and Dynasty was everywhere. And
Gotcha.
I Was Made for Loving You was so big that my dad and my parents liked it. So it wasn't really one of those things where it was all that weird for them.
Right.
Because they were all over the place, My mom didn't like Alice Cooper. She thought he was sick, like disgusting or whatever, which turned me on to him more. So I'm just like, I was into it, But they just really just let me do my thing. And, but when I got into school, a lot of my friends didn't, agree with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I caught the same stories that you hear about everybody else who was into Kiss. I'm like, why do you like Kiss, man? They fucking suck. Can I cuss on here?
No, yeah, dude. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah.
No censorship here.
All right, I wasn't sure. Yeah, everybody thought Kiss sucks, So I went through that whole thing, but I didn't care. I liked what I liked and whatever.
That's right. That's the way to think. That's the way to do it, man.
Now, how about you, Bert? Like, what did you grow up on? What influenced you to want to get involved in music?
My dad was always a music guy. He sang back in the day with some doo-wop bands and stuff like that. He's got a way better voice than I got. Like, he could hit all the Frankie Valli stuff and all that. I can't do none of that. I sort of, got into it probably maybe my freshman year of school. We put together a band that I won't mention. Demo.
My favorite.
Dame's favorite. My first band, and then it gets better and serious. Even though I thought I was dead fucking serious when I started. Trust me, I thought we were the shit. But I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. So as that progressed, you start playing with better musicians, better songwriters, and that's how I kind of started. But my influence is it's funny because I don't really sound like my influence. Kiss is my favorite band of all time, but I would say vocally my influence is probably Alice in Chains, Stone Temple Pilots. When the voices got deeper, I kind of found my sound. When I was trying to do the operatic stuff, it was no good. I sang with like a bad fake accent. It sounded like
British accent.
It had a British accent. I don't know where it came from, but so yeah, once it got a little more serious, and the deep voices were the in thing, and that 90s sound really, it really helped me, and I was able to get more grittier, and so I would, Alice in Chains, Godsmack, Stone Temple Pilots, but a splash of that 80s hook still in there somewhere,
Now, Dame, for people first seeing this show, maybe their first time catching you on the show. Now, I know Kiss. Anybody that knows Damien knows he's a Kiss fanatic. But aside from Kiss, what else were you into?
Everything I was influenced by all stems from my childhood. Wasn't, come to think of it, there's really not much in my early adulthood that I could call an influence, but besides Kiss, all the early MTV bands, Guns N' Roses was enormous with me. Bon Jovi, Cinderella, bands like that, pretty much. And then then I got into the heavier stuff, like the thrash stuff, Metallica and Anthrax and Slayer, and even for a period I got into really into death metal bands and shit like that. Probably just to walk around high school with Cannibal Corpse shirts and kind of shock people. I used to like doing that. And that's pretty much it. But as far as writing, it always comes down to, oh yeah, this kind of sounds like a Kiss type riff or something. It's not like I try. It's probably because I have limited playing ability. Number one, as far as guitar goes, and it always comes down to the simplicity of the Kiss songs or whatever. Or even the Guns N' Roses stuff isn't really that difficult to play, but it's kind of kind of punky.
Yeah.
Which I kind of gravitate more towards the punkier kind of dirtier, sloppier playing. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to songs and melody, and if you don't have a catchy chorus,
it's all on that hook, man.
Yeah, go back to the drawing board, and the whole key is to write songs. I think for us, the way we think about it is, you write songs that you want to hear as a fan.
So
that's the important thing.
I know I always ask you this every time I talk to you. I know Damien works for Tama, am I right? You're still with Tama, right?
Yeah, and I've been as guitarist. It's the same company.
Ahmed works for the same company?
No. Ibanez.
Ibanez. I'm sorry. Yeah. So, is there anything? Is there anything coming down the pike? Anything new that musicians should look out for as far as drums or anything? Any kind of new technology that maybe is going to be on the forefront of things?
Well, the NAMM show's next week, so everything will be everything for the second half of the year will be released, and I don't even know what's coming out. So tune in on social media, next week, and you'll see the new stuff, because a lot of it is a surprise to me too.
Are you working NAMM again, Dame?
Yeah, I'm going out next week. The horror of being in California in June.
Oh yeah,
what a miserable time that's going to be.
I'm sure. So the other thing,
sending me out there.
The other thing I wanted to ask you, Dame, is you just got done DJing the MMRBQ and doing some stuff there. How was that? How was the crowd? What was that like?
Yeah, it was fun. It's something that I like to do. I just kind of like, playing music for people. And I kind of always like feel the crowd out, see what kind of vibe it is, and I'm not gonna play like some obscure song. Everybody's gonna leave the room, So
Right.
I try to like, check people out and see what their reaction is, and take requests and stuff if I have it. So I like doing that. Kind of keep the party going and stuff. It's not like dance music where you got to have the same tempo and all this.
Right.
DJing like metal is just, you want to, it's different. You don't have to go by all that stuff. So I did like in the past, I did like some, after parties for like Great White and did one for Heaven's Edge before. And who else? There's been a few that I've done. And, I did like a Sebastian Bach one, and, some of the guys from the band would come back afterwards. So I remember one time Jackie Bam Bam came to one, and, that's how he knew that I did that stuff. So he asked me a couple weeks ago if I would go and kind of, help him out, while he's DJing, like have both of us go on, because it can get kind of hectic, he does like CDs. So it's a little more work involved. I do a little kind of digitally on my laptop. I have like this
Gotcha.
software. So yeah, he had just asked me if I'd be interested in helping him out. I said, yeah. And, when I went there Saturday, it was, definitely exceeded my expectations. I didn't think it was going to, it wasn't on the main stage. It was on the side stage, which I knew, but didn't think it was going to be like this pretty big stage with like, a few hundred people there, just like, watching you play music. It's kind of a little bizarre if you think about it, But
Man,
yeah, it was fun.
I'll tell you, I went to one of your after parties right after one of your Great White after party.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
And Chips Enough showed up and hung out.
Yeah.
And like that was a good time, man. So I know what you were doing. I was just curious about like the crowd out there and how big it got.
Yeah.
But my last question, guys, and then we're going to go because your video is going to debut in like a half an hour from now. My question to all of you guys is, and I'll start with Damien first. We're almost at the halfway point of 2022. Where do you guys want to see MonteCarlo by the end of the year?
I think maybe get a little more known outside of, a little more known within the area, but definitely like outside of the area. Kind of like want to, branch out. I got some ideas. I haven't even really told the guys yet. I meant to tell you guys last week, but I like to do some stuff up in New England, maybe just like weekend stuff, man. Nobody's going to pay us, money to go play on a Wednesday night in Cleveland or whatever. It's just, we have jobs and shit, just being realistic. But, doing like little weekends, maybe Friday, Saturday, come home Sunday, within like anything within like a 6-hour driving radius, I would kind of like to branch out a little bit. So I got some ideas, for like the fall and winter, maybe.
I know. I actually want to top on something at the end of this, but how about you, Bert? Where would you like to see MonteCarlo by the end of 2022?
Just bigger and better shows, putting out more material, hopefully getting people to listen to the material. And I don't think too far ahead. I just kind of roll with it and hope people dig it. And, my expectations from doing this so long is just, you do what you do and hope somebody digs it. That's where I'm at.
That's it. How about you, Ahmed?
I'm going to sound like a broken record. Shows, more shows. The more shows, the better. If we can get more shows with like some of our favorite bands and stuff like that, that's what I want to do.
Now, I know I said that was the last question. This is kind of not a question, but how do people go about finding your stuff, finding MonteCarlo, social media pages, websites, those kind of things?
Everything is on the Facebook page, which is MonteCarlo, the band. And if you go to the About section or whatever, you'll find like, a link. And it's, what is that, Linktree or something it's called? You can click on that and you'll see the links for everything. So if you go to the Facebook page, it'll eventually take you everywhere. The Facebook page or Instagram is the same thing, MonteCarlo the band. We have CDs for sale if that's your preference of listening to music. They're available on our web store, which is MonteCarloTheBand.myshopify.com, and we have tons of merch on there. A lot of different t-shirt designs and stuff. We got quite an amount of stuff, kind of like Kiss.
We don't have a casket yet, but that's
not
coming.
yet.
Yeah. And
Now,
also, we're available on Amazon.com, iTunes. You could, if you don't want to do the CD
Spotify.
thing, you could purchase all that through there. So we're available everywhere, pretty much.
The other thing I wanted to give you guys a chance to. I know you're involved in BLE Masquerade coming up in July. You guys are one of the first bands that was announced for the Sick Vicky lineup that we announced 2 weeks ago. Any other upcoming shows that we can throw out there?
Yeah, there's one in August that it's not announced yet, but that will be at Bar 13. That's going to be a pretty good one. I got to tell you guys, later on tonight, there might be something in July. That would be pretty decent that I just found out about maybe like an hour ago at a really nice venue. But yeah, I think from like now until September, we have like one or two a month.
Nice.
The Rogers benefit is coming up next.
The Roger Siegel's benefit memorial show. He was a good friend of ours who was murdered back in February, and that's going to be at Dobbs June 18th, and I believe that's actually sold out.
Wow, that's great.
Sold out a few weeks ago, I think. So, which is really good. Great lineup, and we're really looking forward to that. So that's our next show.
So, all right. But guys, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to hang with me tonight. And please, Dame, drop everything on the Rock and Roll Union page. Keep us updated on everything. And guys, best of luck with everything, man. Have a great rest of your week.
Thanks.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
So
Check out the video tonight.
Yes, 8:00. Am I right?
Yeah, on YouTube. And we'll post it on the socials once 8:00 comes around. But it's really cool if you go to the YouTube link. They do like this whole countdown thing, and everything. Cool. So it kind of it's like
about 2 minutes before, 3 minutes before.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like the old MTV world premiere video thing. Like
that's awesome.
Really hyped up. So it's kind of cool when you set it up like that on YouTube. Which you could find that if you go to the YouTube page, you could type up MonteCarlo Silver Ghost, or you could do Dambert Entertainment, DAMBERT, and that'll take you to like the master page where we have our own podcast and all the music stuff kind of lives on there too. So
another plug for you guys before I let you go. Your podcast as well. When do you guys do that, and how do people get a hold of that?
Bert?
We do once a week. We usually record. So if we record on like a Wednesday or Thursday, it usually comes out on Monday or Tuesday. And we try and get everybody on that we could. People we know from different bands, a lot of local guys so far. And, just the way to pump each other up and help each other out. And Ahmed's like our fourth wheel. Ahmed's only hasn't been on a couple weeks, but Ahmed's our fourth wheel. So it's me, Damien, Angry Mike D, and Ahmed is pretty much the next co-host that floats in every once in a while.
Yeah, we have two guys that are like, it's like it's me, Bert, and our other co-host, Angry Mike D. But then we have two guys that are kind of like the fourth members, Ahmed and Greg Gorey, because those two are like they have like so much like endless knowledge. It's like
crazy.
An encyclopedia. So
and
whenever
Greg's
we have
young.
them on,
Greg's like younger than us. So we're like, I thought Greg was our age. Greg's like, no, I'm like not even 30. We're like, what?
Yeah, Greg's young, man.
Yeah.
How do you know all this, Greg? But we had some awesome guests. We had I'm sure you guys put up. We had Steve Desco on, which is a ball. He's a fucking ton of fun. From
Mickey Rat we had last week.
Mickey's a good dude.
Yeah.
Mickey Rat was on. Mickey Rat's an awesome guy. Great tattoo artist too, man. And he's another one. He's been playing the scene for a pretty good amount of time. And man, everything he's in is good. He's just such a great guy, great musician, and a fucking great artist, you know? So, so as we become ghosts, check them out too. There's so many damn good bands right now. Rat Rod. I might actually be doing a video with Rat Rod soon. We're talking about it now. So, there's just so many, which is Rat Rod was your intro song, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yep. We go way back with Rat Rod. Another band that was that is scheduled for the Sick Vicky show. Man, I can't wait for the Sick Vicky show. There's so many cool bands involved with that.
Looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a hometown hangout, man.
That's a great venue too. It's a really, really nice venue.
Yeah, so it's like there's so many bands that are kind of connected with each other. Either everybody played in each other's band or it was around the scene at the same time. And there's so many damn good bands out there. And like I said, if we could hop on some good shows with some of these guys, you know, and push it up together, you're never going to do it alone. It's hard. So, you know, numbers count. The more you work with more people, the more shows you get, you know, and that's the way it works, you know.
And anybody watching out there, you guys can also, if you're interested in picking up the Sick Vicky tickets now, which I highly suggest. I know they started selling already. They're selling pretty quick. You guys can check out MonteCarlo for that as well. Each of the bands, you can get tickets from any of the bands on the show. So,
yeah, I think we posted the link up a few days ago. Maybe sometime last week we did. That's on our Facebook page.
So, but guys, once again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Make
man.
sure we'll be making sure that we watch the video coming out in 20 minutes, man. Really excited for it.
Yeah,
Thanks.
hey guys, feel free to comment on the video. Let's get it out there.
Yes, sir. All right, guys, you have a great rest of your week.
You too. Thank you, man.
Talk to you soon.
Thanks, man.
Take care.
All right, guys. So that was MonteCarlo. Really, really appreciative of those guys coming on, hanging out. Their video debuts in 20 minutes. Make sure you check that out. 20 minutes. If you're watching this in the replay, go on MonteCarlo and Silver Ghost, man. Make sure you check that out. Silver Ghost will be up on YouTube in 20 minutes. So, like I said, another band that's scheduled for the Sick Vicky show. If you guys are interested in getting the tickets for the Sick Vicky show, I suggest you do it now. It's going to sell out. It's going to be a big, giant hometown bash. It's going to be everybody that was anybody back in the scene will be hanging out that night. It's kind of a reunion of sorts. So that's going to be a great time. Also, we have a big event coming up July 15th at Bar 13. You guys do not want to miss that. So July 15th, looking forward a little bit. Don't mind me, I'm getting old. I got to write things down. But looking forward a little bit, your lineup for that show. You got Psychedelic Elders, Level Eye, Hammer Sheep, Va Boom out of New York, and Moonroof. That is going to be a phenomenal show, guys. You do not want to miss that show. And last year we had my birthday bash in July, so we wanted to do another July show, and that'll be the last time to hang out with us before the Sick Vicky show in September. So a lot of good stuff coming up. And also, as a reminder, please check out Vinyl Siding this Saturday at 11 a.m. We will be talking King Crimson in the Court of the Crimson King, which is the debut of that album. Please check that out. And if you're watching this on YouTube, which a lot of you guys are, please subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can keep up to date with all of us, and just comment on it. Let us know what bands you think you want to see on the upcoming show. So, guys, much love until next time. Have a great one. And until next time, don't just leave it. Leave it better, guys. Have a great week.